Hello, I'm Steve Grace from Kings Hills Estate Agents, and we're proud to announce that we are sponsoring Wycombe Wanderers women's player Emma Newberry for the 2023/24 season. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you.
So we have a few questions, and one of those questions that we would like to ask is, what inspired you to get into football?
So I started playing football at the age of 5 for Holy Trinity Football Club in Hazelmere.
Yeah.
And I was the only girl in the football team at the time because women's football wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah.
But my family have had a large impact on me in terms of my footballing career, getting me into football. My brother played for Holman Green, so I'd get all of his old football kit and it'd be really big on me. But also the local teams like Wycombe Wanderers, going to the matches. My dad supports Watford and my family team is Newcastle. So
your dad's
arranged.
the only local football supporter when everyone else is
That's
from
it,
Newcastle.
but he's actually the one who was born in Newcastle, so...
Oh, and everybody else was there, right,
Yeah.
okay. Who inspired you? Was there a particular player that you thought, you know what, she's really good, I want to, be like them?
For me, Alan Shearer, obviously,
Wow,
legend. Scores lots of goals, everyone wants to be like Alan Shearer.
And some great goals as well.
So Shearer for me, and then the England football team, but as I said, like, there wasn't many women football players at the time that we knew about, so most of my role models were the male role models at the time.
So, and a woman role model now, who would inspire you now? If you looked at people around the women's England team and what they've achieved, who would you think, crikey, that is where you would like to be?
For me, in the World Cup, although I'm not a goalkeeper, I was really inspired by Mary Epps.
She was awesome.
Yeah, she was quality.
She
and
was brilliant.
I'm a defender, so I can appreciate the pressure that she's under to protect the goal.
Yeah.
Ella Toone I really liked as well.
Yeah. Bit of aggression there.
Yeah, I think I'll get onto that later, what type of player I've sort of become from my early experiences, but she reminds me a lot of me and Lauren James as well. Yeah. Despite her little incident in the World Cup, a bit hot-headed.
Yeah, but that's what happens. It's a passionate game, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
And that's what happens in football. Your coaches and your teammates.
Yeah.
How would they describe Emma Newberry?
Well, as I said, I like the hot-headed players. So day to
you're
day.
saying that you're hot-headed, is that what you're saying?
Day to day I'm very calm, collective. I'm a PE teacher in a professional environment, so I've got to have patience, but when I step on the football pitch...
That goes out the window.
Yeah, a bit of an inner demon comes out, so the adrenaline kicks in and, the fight for the game, and I might do things or say things that I wouldn't normally say in actual real life. I say real life because football I see as being completely different.
It's your escapism,
definitely.
From everyday life.
Yeah.
Rituals, superstitions, a lot of players, so one of my favourite players is Paul Ince, never put his shirt on until he stepped onto the pitch. Bit silly, but that was him.
Yeah.
Any rituals?
A little bit. So I have to be the first one changed, but the last one out the changing rooms. So I'm kind of sat around for a little bit trying to think about what I'm going to do in the game, look at the team sheet, look at what we're trying to do in today's game. When I'm changed, I feel like I'm
you're in your zone.
Yeah, and I'm starting the sort of procedure of playing football. But yeah, I've got to be the last out as well. So it's always, where is she? I'm normally going for a last minute wee, or I'm grabbing some sweets or something, or I've forgotten my water bottle. But I always seem to be the last one out, so I've made that sort of my thing now.
As a viewer, what has been your pinnacle moment in women's football?
I think winning the Euros was massive, a real good step for women's football. It did put a little bit of pressure on the World Cup because I think it was sort of a given that they should win. Despite the final going the way it went, I think they still played with a lot of class. So I really enjoyed that game despite being in Spain and seeing them lose.
You were in Spain at the time?
I was.
Oh dear.
But also with Newcastle being my football team I support, the women's Newcastle team have really taken off this year and have had record attendance and are getting a lot of support from the male counterparts.
Excellent.
So I think for me, seeing other teams other than just England doing well and sort of making it and getting the same sort of equality as such.
Because I guess England are only going to do well if the clubs that are supporting England, like Newcastle and City and Manchester United and Arsenal, all those teams, they've got to support and put money into those clubs to be able to get...
it's exactly that. So I think the feeder clubs into England is going to strengthen England as a whole. So.
Excellent. This coming season, what are you looking forward to?
I would say a uninterrupted playing season from COVID. It feels like we've had so much interruption in football. Last season, again, it was sort of the first season back after COVID and lockdown and all of that, and it did take it out of us. So I think with last year under our belt, with all the training, we had a new manager, we had a lot of new players, we really bonded as a team. So just getting out there, trying to get a bit higher up the league table this year. We got to a semi-final last year, so can we take it that little step further?
Push on a bit.
And win the cup. Also FA Cup we've got coming up soon. We've got Ascot in the first round. So again, progressing through the FA Cup is the most prestigious cup we can enter.
In the world, really. Isn't it, you've been playing for Wycombe 9 seasons?
9 seasons.
9 seasons.
10 next year.
What keeps you going to Wycombe? Talk to us about what Wycombe, for any young player, what it's meant to you, because a lot of players chop and change. They're going for the next best thing. What's kept you at Wycombe?
So for me, it was the challenge. It's definitely a challenge. Big step up. Representing your local town, your club. I'm proud to do that. But really, it's the development of the club. So, 8-9 years ago when I first joined, we were just one team. We were getting hand-me-downs from the men. Like, we didn't have our own kit. Some of it wasn't even like Wycombe Wanderers branded, but
so you've really seen it.
Yeah, like the progression.
Where it was, getting the hand-me-downs now to being
it's massive now.
You're your own club within a club, I guess.
Yeah, so we're affiliated to the men. So that's good for our social media, it's good for the links with them and the profile of the club. But in terms of the volunteers we've got, that's why I come back. We've got great coaches, managers, goalkeeping staff, physios, nutritionists, facilities, you name it. So really, you're playing for a good local team. With your friends as well, which is really important for me because it is my escape. Good standards. But obviously we don't get paid, so I still got to be able to work, so it's local to me and I can still train, I can play, etc.
Without having to leave. Well, I guess being a PE teacher, it's difficult to say, I've got to leave at work early tonight. Sorry kids,
exactly.
I'm off to training. Women's football has come on leaps and bounds over the last few years. What do you think still needs to improve?
I think the obvious is
support
from people watching, because commercialisation is money.
So which then you can plough back into.
Exactly. More people watching, more people going to live football matches. It's not even just players getting paid and things like that, but it's, can you support your local team? Can you support your women's football club for your country, or whoever you support? Like me with Newcastle, I always keep an eye on Newcastle United women. It all spirals down to like everyone supporting, the role models being created, exposure on social media. That really helps women's football.
Last question. What advice would you give to young girls that are looking to start out? How would they get into a club and get involved with football?
I would say take your opportunity. So every child goes to school, and as far as I'm aware, every secondary school definitely, and lots of primary schools offer football for girls, so definitely get involved there. Grassroots level, have a look at what's around in your local area, get down and watch some games, see if it's for you, and hopefully they'll get inspired. But essentially, if you're interested in football and sport as a whole, it doesn't have to be football, just give it a go, because you never know if you might enjoy it, you might make some really good friends. I know I've made lifelong friends in my football team, but don't be afraid to make mistakes and just get right involved.
Excellent. No, thank you very much. Right.
That's all right.
Fancy a challenge?
Go on then.
Challenge. Keep you uppies.
Okay. No
Ready?
pressure.
Go. Good luck for this season.
Thank you.
You'll be seeing lots more of Emma on our social media. So to support a local Wycombe player, then please follow Emma on Instagram, Facebook and all the social media. Good luck.
Done. Thank you.
Have it.